quite frankly, what other male rider is going to have pink earplugs?
I'm in my early 50s and I am going deaf. Well, okay, I'm not going deaf. I get my hearing checked every year and they say I'm not going deaf, but I certainly feel like I am going deaf. I work in a job where there's a lot of loud noise, so I wear hearing protection. And over the years, including my youth, I made some mistakes in not wearing hearing protection, and I have some definite damage to my left ear. So I've got, however you say it, tinnitus or tinnitus. I have that in my left ear, so I have a constant ringing, and I don't want to make anything worse. So I feel like my hearing is going on me. I have a hard time hearing people in a loud place like crowds or a restaurant. If I'm trying to have a conversation, I really struggle to focus on one person talking. So I've brought up my concerns when I get my hearing tested, and they test, and aside from minor hearing loss, they say my hearing is within the limits it's supposed to be. Now I wonder how much worse that would be if I didn't wear hearing protection. So over my career, I've had a number of jobs where I've needed hearing protection, and I would wear it. So much to the point where I actually wear hearing protection anytime I'm using a leaf blower at home, or I'm even mowing the lawn, using the skill saw, anything like that. And yes, I know a lot of people will balk at that and just be like, you know what, don't be dumb, you don't need to do that. Well, you know what, quite frankly, I think I do. And you know what, I'm already struggling with some sort of hearing issues, and I don't want to make it worse. So like I said, I'm in my early 50s, and my hearing is important to me. My dad has really terrible hearing. He spent a career in construction, and up until when he retired, he worked through the 60s and 70s when nobody cared about hearing protection. And now he's, quite frankly, my dad is he's not completely deaf. He wears hearing aids that are covered by WorkSafe, but he still struggles to hear. It's hard to have a conversation, and I know you a lot of the times you have to actually be looking at him so he can see your lips moving for him to understand. And that's a struggle for him, and I know it is. And I don't want to have that struggle myself. So I wear hearing protection when I ride the motorcycle, and I have since day one. I started out with foamies in my helmet, and then I eventually decided to bite the bullet. I did some research. I wanted to get something better, something like noise canceling or something, because I found that even with the hearing protection and my cheap helmets, I have an LS2 Explorer, that's the one I'm wearing right now, and I also have an LS2 Valiant 2. And I find them to be quite noisy. I don't have any other experience with other helmets. I have watched lots of reviews and things like this on helmets that are a bit quieter, but I still think they have a bit of wind noise with them. So really, the only time I take my hearing protection out is when I'm going off-road and I'm driving very slow and you don't get the wind noise. It's not, for me, it's not the sound of the motorcycle. If you have loud pipes, it could be the sound of the motorcycle as well. But for me, it's the sound of the wind on the helmet. And even with the earplugs in, I can hear it. And it doesn't aggravate me wearing the earplugs. I have tried it without the earplugs, and man, I have pulled over pretty quick on the highway to put in my earplugs because it's so noisy. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to say you should wear earplugs or not. That's totally up to you. That's like any safety gear with a motorcycle. But I'm wondering if you should try it, even with the cheap foamies that you could pick up for 30 cents, 50 cents. Try it and see if there's a difference. You might find it to be uncomfortable, and then you won't want to wear them, and I guess that's something. But for me, I don't want to give up my comfort of hearing in my maybe 70s or 80s because I didn't wear hearing protection on my motorcycle. So when I say I spent a bit of money, I did a bunch of research, and I ended up going with custom fitted hearing protection. Now what the custom fitted hearing protection is, they inject some sort of mold into your helmet, and they inject the mold into your ears, into your ear canal, and they let it sit for a few minutes, and it's got a little string attached, and they pull it out, and it has a perfect mold of your ear canal. They send that off and they mold earplugs. So the downside, so there is a downside. The only downside to that is the cost. It was $150. Yes, I know that's a lot of money for earplugs, especially if you might lose them. Yeah, quite frankly, I don't want to lose them. And so far so good, I haven't lost mine. And that's why I say it's actually much better for you if you were to buy just some of the foamies, because it's much cheaper, and you're probably never going to go through $150 worth of those foamies over your career of riding. Or maybe you will, I guess, depending how long you're going to ride or how often you ride. There's a couple upsides to these injected custom-made earplugs. One, they are super comfortable. I don't even really realize I'm wearing them. Of course I know I'm wearing them, you know, like you still feel them. But they are much more comfortable than having the foamies that might not be put in correctly, or you know, maybe they're opened up and they're really tight on your ear canal. These are custom fit, so they don't squish. They're easy to put in. They do come with a string, so you can have them attached to each other, so you won't lose them. I actually don't like the string for wearing under my helmet, so I got the string pulled off. They come in different colors, so you can actually get whatever color you want. I don't remember the choices I had. I went for a choice of color that if I was to drop these, I'm going to see them. You know, I didn't want to go for black where I drop them somewhere in my garage or something, or on the road or in the dirt or in the grass, like they're going to be virtually impossible to find. So I got myself kind of a bright color. Okay, so let me show you what I've got here for my earplugs.
They're super comfortable underneath my helmet. Can't take them out with the gloves on. So let's just take this off, and I will show you my pink custom fit earplugs. Just grab my glasses so I can see what's happening here, so otherwise I'm blind. So they go in nice and easy. I got pink, so that way if for some reason I happen to be riding with someone else who just happens to have earplugs and we drop them, I'm not going to get them mixed up, because quite frankly, what other male rider is going to have pink earplugs? I have no problem with it. So these, they are super easy to put in. I know they talk about stretching an ear to put them in, but I basically just put them in like so. Twist them in, and it's done. And I wear them underneath my helmet, and it's super comfortable. So I know it's a lot of money to spend, but in my mind, it has been worth it. And I think my hearing is going to think that it's been worth it as well. I don't even notice them at the moment putting them in. And when I put on my helmet just goes right over. No big deal.
The one downside is when I'm riding off-road, if I have them in, and I normally take them out when I'm riding off-road, but if I happen to have them in, because I've got the tinnitus or tinnitus in the left ear, it seems to have some sort of binging sound that I don't like. So that's another reason for me to take them off when I'm off. Anyway, I'm not suggesting that you go out and spend $150 on hearing protection, but that's what I wear and I like it. But I think you should try wearing at least some sort of hearing protection if you haven't done it already. Thanks for watching. Take care and ride safe.